Yo, what is good, everybody? It's your boy Paris, of course, back here with another reaction. If you hear some noise in the background, man, that's like the helicopter going around the neighborhood, so forgive me for that. So I might mute my mic to some of the parts of the video so you can hear the video a little bit better until I react to something. But yeah, that's what's going on. So yeah, we're gonna be reacting to 10 times the glass wasn't strong enough. So I'm guessing this is like at the zoo or aquarium. I don't know, somewhere where you can go see the animals. They have that protective glass. I think we reacted to some of the. I don't know. We reacted to some of them already. I don't know, but if we haven't, then here's the first time. Let's get it.
Like and subscribe right now, or this spider will be in your bed tonight. We all love visiting the zoo to see our favorite animals. However, we don't go to the zoo expecting to have such close encounters with big animals. Today, we're going to be taking a look at times the glass was just not strong enough, almost taking the lives of the guests at the zoo. Be sure to watch this entire video as you won't believe some of these crazy encounters. Also, make sure to leave a like and subscribe to the channel to never miss a single upload. That being said, let's get right into it. Number 11, gorilla breaks glass at Nebraska Zoo. In this first clip, we have a crazy incident where a gorilla was able to break through the glass barrier at the Nebraska Zoo. In the video, you can see the reflection of a little girl pounding on her chest as she looks at the male gorillas. The first 3 layers of protective glass. Zoo curator Dan Cassidy says with 3 gorillas, aged 17 to 22, trying to establish dominance in the same space, they're bound to see testosterone and aggression as these gorillas transition into adulthood. This must have been super scary for this little girl and her family. I cannot imagine what could have happened had the gorilla got a hold of the girl. However, the zoo says this isn't the first time they've seen this before. It's common for the glass to break because of environmental or engineering causes. Gorillas also beat on the glass to make sounds that scare off their peers. Definitely a crazy experience. Number 10, polar bear throws
Bro,
stone
if
and
that shit would
breaks
have broke,
aquarium
it would have
wall
been
at zoo.
wraps,
Next up,
my
we have
boy.
another encounter at
That's
an
why I don't.
aquarium
That's
this
why I
time where
don't
a
tease
polar
animals,
bear
man.
breaks through the glass
Come
that
mess up.
surrounds his cage. In the clip, we see 2 men standing by the tank and watching the polar bear swim around. Things seem to be going well until the polar bear picks up a rock and throws it at the glass wall. We can
Bro,
see the glass
what?
shatter and the men jump in fear. Luckily, the glass
Wow.
didn't completely
How did he
shatter,
even
but this
throw it?
must have been a scary experience to say
How
the
did they even
least.
throw
We
a
don't
rock?
know what exactly caused this bear to throw a rock at the wall, but it was probably to defend his
What?
territory. Number 9, gorilla cracks glass window in San Diego Zoo. The gorilla exhibit at the San Diego Zoo was temporarily closed after an aggressive gorilla interaction which took place just last Saturday, in which one gorilla hit the glass viewing window, damaging it. Robert De La Pina and his family were excited to be back at the San Diego Zoo after its temporary closure amid the pandemic. While visiting the lush rainforest to see the gorillas, something unexpected happened. As we were watching them, all the gorillas were running around the enclosure. They were getting riled up, said De La Pena. In the clip, we see one gorilla start to run at full speed and jumps into the glass, completely shattering it. This must have been so scary for anyone actually standing behind that glass. But luckily, the glass was pretty strong, but obviously not strong enough to completely stay intact. Definitely a crazy encounter. Number 8, monkey breaks glass enclosure with stone at zoo in China. Now this one is a bit less scary and more funny, but definitely one we had to include on this list today. This clip features a monkey who is attempting to escape from his habitat in a China zoo. A monkey was filmed breaking a glass pane of the enclosure it was in with a stone at a zoo in central China's Henan province. The staff later removed all
These
the
monkeys
rocks
are
in the
smart,
enclosure
bro.
because of this. This would be a lot less scary than having a huge gorilla or lion break through the glass, but it's crazy to see how much a small monkey was able to crack the glass and almost escape from the zoo. Number 7, bear jumps on car trying to get husky inside. Alright, not all of the animals on this list were found at a zoo. The next story took place in the Sequoia National Park in California when a man and his dog found something interesting on the side of the road. It was a bear, which is a very common find in this park, and just like any other visitor at the park, they were amazed at the sight of it. So they decided to stop their car and admire the wild, fierce animal,
Why
hoping
would
it
you
would eventually
stop,
go
bro? This
away.
is tribal.
However, the bear just got closer to them to the point that it started to climb the car and even jumped on the trunk of it. Good thing the car has windows. The bear tries so hard to get in the car, but the glass is luckily very strong. It looks like the bear was going after the husky who was sitting in the car. Anyways, this must have been a very scary experience, as it isn't every day that a huge bear just jumps onto your car out of nowhere. Number 6, lion tries to pounce on little girl but slams into glass instead. Up next, we have another crazy experience in which a little girl almost got attacked by a huge lion at the zoo. As the girl peered into the lion's enclosure, her parents spotted a female perched on the top of a rock, crouching down as if stalking her prey. They quickly realized that she was eyeing up their daughter. The little girl continues to laugh and play as she watches the other lions going about their business, completely unaware that the female is slowly creeping up on her. Then suddenly, as she turns her back, the lion pounces, smashing into the glass and beginning to claw at her. This must have been extremely scary for the little girl and her parents especially. This girl had no clue what was going on and thought the lion was just being playful. Little did she know, this could have been the end of her. Number 5, lion attacks car on safari ride. One of the most unique experiences in the African continent is to visit a safari. Riding through the wild and seeing some of those animals is one thing you must do while you're there. But for some of us, Africa is a bit too far and expensive, so we go to local safaris that try to recreate the experience for us. The next video on this list is from a visit to a Guatemalan safari in which a lion attached himself to a spare tire that was on the back of a car. The car began to drive away and the lion just kept chewing on it. I'm not sure if the lion wanted to play or if he was actually just training his teeth to have a proper meal later on. One thing is for sure, those guys lost the spare tire they had, but I'm sure they're thankful it was just a tire and not somebody's life. Number 4, marker cracks glass in a zoo. Sometimes we try and don't succeed. Well, that's what happened with this big horned marker at the zoo. In the clip, we see the animal attempt to slam into the glass barrier in a zoo cage. The markhor tries over and over again, but can't seem to break through the glass. Luckily, nothing was broken as the animal was not strong enough to break through at all. This could have been a very scary incident that wouldn't have ended well, but luckily it did. Number 3,
they have strong animals too.
In this next clip, we have a crazy one in which a mandrill actually escaped from the enclosure at the zoo. In the clip, we see a group of mandrills running around and playing as spectators at the zoo watch from the outside. However, one of the mandrills decides to take a little dip in the water and will eventually escapes from the entire enclosure. What's crazy is that everyone in the scene just sits around and watches like it's nothing. The mandrill ends up getting out and running away from the enclosure. Luckily, the zookeepers realized and ran after the mandrill and were able to contain it and bring it back to its cage, but this could have been a very insane story had the monkey got away.
They didn't want to go for a walk.
Tiger escapes the zoo. In this clip, we have a baby tiger who is able to use its sneakiness and swift speed to get out of the cage at a zoo. In the video, we see the tiger attempting to climb up his cage, but the zookeepers quickly come to the scene to stop the little tiger from escaping. However, the tiger aggressively hits one of the zookeepers and jumps on top of the cage. The zookeepers chase down the baby tiger and thankfully are able to contain it before it completely disappears. This must have been so scary for the zookeepers as they not only got attacked by a tiger, but it also found a way to escape. Thank God they caught it. Number 1, chimpanzee escapes from zoo in Japan, caught falling from power pole. This clip shows a chimpanzee which fled from the zoo in northern Japan and tried desperately to avoid being captured by climbing up an electric pole. The chimp had been on the loose for over 2 hours before a team
they shot him with the dart
down and bring him back to the zoo. However, the chimp tries to escape and live in freedom as he does not want to go back to that place, I guess. Eventually, the chimpanzee actually falls off the telephone pole it was climbing up, and the safety team down below safely catch.
You saw that shit?
The magic telephone pole. Want to go back to that place, I guess. Eventually, the chimpanzee actually falls off the telephone pole it was climbing up, and the safety team down below safely catches him. Imagine looking outside and seeing a huge chimp climbing the electric poles. Well,
that's crazy, man. Yo, that's gonna do it for this video. Let me know what y'all think. If you made it this far, please leave a like, comment, subscribe if you're new, and hit that notification bell. And I'll see y'all next video. We out.